Right, hello. Well, it's Saturday, 18th of October. I brought in some of the tender plants. The big leaves at the back there, that's the banana. And then we've got various other things. We've got an orange, it's got a few little green things will turn into little oranges. And then the lemon, the flowers on lemon, really rather good. There is one lemon somewhere down at the back there. That's a lemon. So keeping some things in, and then right, I'll just get my shoes on, and then we'll walk outside. Whoops. There we go. Right, so we'll just go outside and see what's growing in the garden, and just have a chat about what's done okay and what hasn't. Right, so out into the garden. Apologies if you can hear the motorway noise. Just over those trees, which I and many of the trees all planted almost 40 years ago, grown up. So we've still got a few things. We've got some bonsai trees and remain the last of the tomatoes and things. So wander around here. Yes, the grass has recovered from the drought. We've got rain forecast, I think, next week. So that's a big hydrangea in a pot. And then this is the last of the tomatoes in what was a sort of greenhouse. I'm not sure where we'll put it. We may put it somewhere else next year, but when the last tomatoes have come out, we'll clear that. The winter sweet is there. I cut back, and that enabled this border to progress a bit. A few roses. Nice rose over here. Roses. And then the Canna Lily, which has done, I think, really well. I'm really pleased with it. It has these showy yellowy orange flowers at the top. It has got these buds. Where's the buds? Let's have a look. Yeah, these are the buds. But I don't know really. They're a bit crumbly. Let's see if we can. Yeah, so there is a seed in there, but they're meant to be like bullets. I don't know. Anyway, I think I've got to wait until they change from. Oh, we've got a cat here. This is Daisy the cat. I'm afraid she lost the only kitten that she'd had, which we kept, who was called Max, but unfortunately he disappeared. I presume he's got run over. So we're down to 2 cats, which is a bit sad. But anyway, the Canna Lily. Yeah, I think that's good. I'll have to mulch it for the winter. So we've got that. Whoops, find out Daisy. Yeah, Daisy's tripping up. Max used to come with me in the garden, but now his mum's taken his place. Over here, we've got this mulberry, which I'm quite proud of. It's gone yellow, the leaves, but I like that mulberry. Last year we had a few mulberries and then they fell off, but hopefully next year we'll get some actual mulberries. And then over here we've got a hibiscus, which was a bit hidden by other plants, and so I've opened that up. Yep, there's Daisy again. And here, I'm going to make a path going through there by the mulberry bush, so my great-grandson can run round and round the mulberry bush. But where Daisy is, that's going to be just a grass path. I'll mow that, and then I've got wildflower seeds and daffodils either side of it, so I'm hoping that'll look all right in the spring. Right, and over to the vegetable patch. Runner beans did quite well. I think I'm just about ready to go out and perhaps keep some of the beans to plant next year. I've got a little bit of ground here, which I think I'm going to put vegetables in again. It's got box hedges but don't really lead anywhere. So this bit of ground there, I think I'm going to put in potatoes or perhaps runner beans for next year. Right, so just the peas have all come out. Stephen is growing a few root vegetables in his allotment, so I hope to have those for Christmas. I'm hoping we'll have some Brussels sprouts over here. Whoops, mind that cat. We've got some Brussels sprouts. Yeah, so a few Brussels sprouts, which I'm looking forward to having for Christmas. I think I do like Brussels sprouts for Christmas. And this path here was laid by my grandson Alex. He did all this. There's Daisy again. I'm not quite sure how the path ends. I have to work that out. I'm hoping Alex will work out where to take it. I think we take it round to the front of the shed. But yeah, that's the vegetable plot. This is Mark's conker tree, which did very well this year. That's he planted when he was about 3. And this is Stephen's pond with his goldfish and his carp in there. Oops. I'm still feeding them occasionally. Apparently in the winter they don't need feeding. Now, I'll just go through to the back. I have imported a bit of soil because the original soil we had was so bad. But yeah, I import a bit of soil each year. That does seem to help. And then Janine is upstairs there. I think she's asleep at the moment, but Stephen's fishing. He'll be back and we'll change her and sort her out at lunchtime. Then, yes, one of the gardening club members had this lovely rhododendron. It was getting a bit big, but it seems to be quite happy here. Some of the leaves are a bit yellow, not quite sure why that is, but the new ones seem nice and green. So, and there's lots of buds, so I think that's going to be okay. Another hydrangea in a pot. I'm trying to grow up things up the wall to Janine's bedroom. There's planting another wisteria over here. It was climbing up the drain pipe, which I didn't really want to do, so I've put in some wires and things, so it's got hooks and wires to bring it up. And then I'm quite pleased with these 2 David Austin roses, which are matching roses. So there's one going up there, and then one going up on the other corner. Whoops. And the other one is going up there. So I'm hoping they'll climb up the side of the house. And then I've got another wisteria that I planted here. My son Andrew has helped pulling that one up with wires and things, so that'll be there. And then the one at the front is climbing round. Right, just a very quick look at the front, and then that'll just about do for October. Right, yeah, so a few leaves now on the ground. They've been a bit late in falling. Should be daffodils over there where the cyclamen are. And that's Forsyth here. Leaves a bit droopy. I put in lots of daffodils again this year. A few berries on the holly. Few berries. Now this Magnolia, it's produced something which it hasn't done in previous years. Not sure whether they'll still be there. No, it may have come off. It was kind of like... Right, yes, there's Daisy. Yes, it's rather impressive thing on this Magnolia. See up there. Right, what do you think of that? It looks like snake's eyes, doesn't it? Normally, they just have, I mean, these things here are seeds, they're just ready to fall off. A funny funny way to have seeds. I suppose they look really scary, but put any put any bird that's going to eat them off, but it really looks like snake eyes, but that seems to be where the magnolia seeds are, so presumably they're happy. Usually they're just one. There's one over here. Where are we? There we are. That one's just got one seed, but where they've got two, they look a bit scary, but I'm pretty sure those are magnolia seeds, so I'm going to try and grow those on. Right, just have a general look at the house. The Wisteria, which has got its root sort of there, and it grows up. Originally this long bit along there, that did grow on the side of the garage when we just had a single garage, and now we've put an extension over the garage. I've extended it to go round there, around the garage. So, as I say, we've got a little, we did have a bush on the left side of the door, and that sort of didn't make it, so the grape that was in a pot there, some of it rooted itself, and another part of it with the red leaves I put over there. I'm rather thinking they'll grow up the side of the house, and maybe we'll have grapes next year. Yeah, there's Daisy's been following me around. And that's about it really for the baby for the garden in October. I'll try and do a video in November. The leaves will have fallen. They'll probably fall again in Janine's name. They usually do. It's quite strange. Oh, I've got a few little cuttings here and these little plasticky things. I'm hoping that we can grow some seedlings to sell for the garden club. And I think if I put them here, they won't go on quite as fast as they would in the warm conservatory. So I'll have little seedlings out here, and hopefully they won't be too big, but they'll be big enough to attract people in the Upton Village Hall when we have our plant sale in April. I think it's in April. So I think that's about it really. So go in and make Janine a cup of tea and that sort of thing. So anyway, I think the garden's coming on. There was several other problems. I mean, one is the noise of the motorway, which you may hear in the background, but not much I can do about that. I tried putting up trees to screen it, and they do to some degree, but but not really. Leylandii were definitely a mistake. They grabbed all the light and nourishment, and nothing else could grow. And taking them out has definitely helped with letting in more light and more colour. I like the autumn colour. The caravan, I think, will go next year because we really don't use it, and I think I might increase the size of the vegetable plot a bit, perhaps. I'm hoping that my grandchildren will help with the garden, because I really am getting a bit old to be doing gardening. Although they say you're not too old to do gardening, you're old when you can't do gardening, or something like that. So there's a thing Anna's given me. What's it say? Let's have a look. What's it say? It says it on this thing here. You don't stop gardening when you get old. You get old when you stop gardening. Oh, well. Okay, everybody. So I'll try and do a video in November. Halloween and bonfire night, and then Christmas. It all comes on so fast. Cheers, everybody. Bye.